Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am your host, CheChe. I hope your day is going amazing so far. Happy new moon, happy solar eclipse, happy Gemini season. Shout out to all the Geminis that are celebrating their birthday, have celebrated their birthday. Happy birthday and cheers to you. Let's go ahead and start with our deep breathing. So, we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale fully through the mouth. I want you to try to take in more air every time. Deplete those lungs more and more every time. And let's go for 4 deep breaths, okay? So we inhale. And take a sip of your beverage. Of course, I'm drinking high quality H2O. And I want us to try something new today in honor of the new moon in Gemini and it being in an air sign, a communication sign, a Mercury dominant sign, okay? And duality, right? Both sides, two ways, masculine, feminine. So we always do the 4 deep breaths, but now I want us to add some ohms in there because I've noticed for me, I speak a lot from like my throat and heart chakra, but I really need to tap more into the belly, speaking more from the diaphragm, speaking with more bass, if you will. So I want to really try to pull more from my roots and sacral chakras and even to my solar plexus chakra. Like I feel like I'm at least there to my solar plexus. So I'm kind of like moving down into my body. I think I mentioned before that I'm trying to be more into my body. So I want to go for some ohms. Can we do that? Will you join me with some ohms? Okay, I'm going to play the singing bowl still, of course. But well, I want you to inhale and then just and just really, I'm gonna have my left hand on my diaphragm, like right where my solar plexus is, and I'm gonna really try to do the Om chant from my belly, from my diaphragm, from deep within. Okay, so join me in doing that and let's just see if it makes a difference. Okay, so we take an inhale. All right. Little awkward for me, but hey, vulnerability is beautiful, right? So I hope you enjoyed me in the chat. So let's take another sip in A. All right. Shout out to the air signs, the Geminis, the Aquariuses, the Libras. All right. We just left Taurus season. So shout out to the Earth gang, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Cheers to y'all. Shout out to the fire signs, my Leos, Sagittariuses, and Aries. And last but not least, we're going into the water season here very soon, folks. So shout out to the Cancers, the Pisces, and those Scorpios, those damned Scorpios. Shout out to my homeboy Star, Scorpio friend. Cheers to you. But yeah, you guys, we are in Gemini season, and this episode will be about the new moon in Gemini, which is occurring on the 10th. Okay, so no matter where you are in the world, you're going to be feeling this energy the days leading up to the 10th and the days after the 10th. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are in an air sign. We are celebrating Gemini season, and this is the sign of the twins. This is the sign of duality. It is ruled by Mercury, like that of the sign of Virgo. And Virgo is an earth sign, right? But Mercury dominates Virgo and Gemini. So we are in a Mercury retrograde right now. Remember, retrograde energy is when, I like this just in layman's terms, like when the energy flips, right? Like if you're used to smooth communication, communication may be disrupted in a Mercury retrograde, or there may be more instances of miscommunication in a Mercury retrograde. Okay, so if you're used to smooth traffic and free flowing traffic, you may notice more traffic jams. If you're used to your technology functioning appropriately, fully functioning, you may notice more technology malfunctions in a Mercury retrograde. So just stuff like that, you know. So just be mindful of those energies in a Mercury retrograde. Also be mindful of like flip-flop emotions with Mercury retrograde. Like in a when Mercury is direct, right? So which is the opposite of Mercury retrograde. When Mercury is direct, you may find your attraction to someone positive, but in the Mercury retrograde, you may just find that you're just not getting along, you're not on the same page, you're not speaking the same language. And again, just that butting of the heads, or in reverse of that, if you notice that when Mercury is direct, your communication with someone or regarding a certain subject is, you know, misinformed, is a lot of miscommunication, a lot of friction, if you will. When Mercury is in retrograde, you might find that it's easier for you to communicate with one another. So Mercury retrograde is very interesting. Above all, it's a time of reflection. It's a reminder to go within, to revisit, remember, re-energize, reinvigorate, re-enthuse, reintroduce, realign, restructure, all of those messages, that re energy. Okay, so the re, as in retrograde, is that go back energy. So go back to the drawing board, go back to the friends that, you know, maybe you hadn't spoken to in 6 months. Like I've noticed a couple of connections where I've rekindled friendships from people, you know, where we may haven't spoken since 6 months ago. And it's like, wow, that's crazy, because we just had the full moon in Sagittarius. And, you know, I want to say like 6 months ago, we were in Sagittarius season, right? Because Sagittarius season is around Thanksgiving until about mid-December. So we are in the 6th month. So 6 months ago was December. So have you noticed those recycling of friendships, you know, revisiting of friendships? Maybe you met someone in December and now you're coming back to rekindle now. Or you know, you were click tight with someone, but life just happened, life got in the way, and you just weren't in touch with each other. And then for some reason, you know, you rekindle, you know, you get back into each other's lives. So just be on the lookout for those divinity connections, those divine moments. All right. And hopefully, with this Mercury retrograde, you've been enjoying some solitude, you've been enjoying your alone time, and allowing yourself to, again, go back to the drawing board. 6 months ago was also New Year's Eve, right? It was also holiday season. So, for the holiday season, what was on your mind? What were your hopes and dreams? Like, what were you thinking? Damn, I'm ending this year by doing this. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so glad I went through with the plan. I'm so glad that I stepped out on faith. And I'm so glad I trusted myself to make moves. Look at me now. Or were you at the end of the year saying, damn, it's the end of the year and another year has passed where I did not execute on the thing I said every full moon I was going to do this particular thing, and I kept putting it off. I kept saying, okay, every new moon I'm going to start fresh, I'm going to start anew, right? And life just got in the way. Months went by, the end of the year is here, and your reflection was that of, damn it, I didn't do it again. But in 2021, 2021, I'm going to do it, because 2020 was quarantine year. This is the year to just kind of get it out the mud, kind of figure it out. 2021, I'm going to hit the ground running, right? So just reflect on where your mindset was when the holiday season came around, when it was the end of the year. Were you celebrating success, or were you plotting for the next year? Not saying that either path is right or wrong, but it's very important to always go back to yourself, go back to what you were feeling, go back to what the plan was, because have you gotten off track? That's how, you hear people talk about all the time, how they could be driving, leaving a place, and then all of a sudden they end up home and they just can't remember driving there. Like that's happened to me a couple times where I just zone out, because you're just on autopilot, right? Or months have passed by and it's like, damn, what have I been doing with my life? Because I've been doing the exact same thing every single day, and I don't see any growth. I don't see any evolution in my life. What was I doing with my time? What was I doing with my energy? What interested me, So it's very important that we go back to ourselves to be like, okay, self, what do you like? What are you enjoying? What do you want in life right now? What was on the blueprint? What was on the path? What was on those bucket lists? What were the goals that you had for yourself? Because that's how we get a grip back on our life, right? That's how we take our power back to say, look now, what were you working towards at the beginning of the year? What was your New Year's resolution? If you believe in New Year's resolution, what was yours? Personally, I like to go with the word of the year. I want to say this year, yeah, the word for this year is invest. So for me, I will need to go back. Okay, Sherelle, in the past 6 months, how have you invested in yourself? Have you invested in yourself? How much? In what ways? With what? In what areas? Okay, how has it paid off? Is it paying off? Do you foresee it to pay off in the next 6 months? Because we're at the pivot point right here. Like the angel number that's been and 55 on the screen. The angel number that's been coming to me lately is 555. When I think of the number five, five is the number of change if you understand numerology. But when I see 555, for me, that's pivot energy. It's like, okay, change, 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 right? So it's like, look, what we doing? Like I was talking about shimmying the other day with a friend, but like shimmy energy, it's like, and it's funny because I was watching if you follow Nene Lashiro on Instagram, the guy, I think he's like out of New Jersey. He performs skits with his moms. He does like that waddle walk, like the one where you like go into the fridge and then you take it back. He's hilarious. Him and his mom are hilarious. I would love to meet him someday. But anyway, like on the video that he posted recently, he did like this shimmy thing, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. And so I was talking about like shimmying the other day, so it just reminds me of like the pivot energy. 1555 on the screen. It just reminds me of the pivot energy 555. So it's like, okay, change, like what we doing. Like when I think of like, football players, when they do like the little shuffle of the feet and then they drop down to a push-up and then they hop back up real quick and they're waiting for that whistle blow to drop back down to that burpee position, right? And they're just like shuttling and hustling with the feet, right? So that's kind of what I think of like 555 energy. It's like, okay, where are we going? What we doing? Because you got to go somewhere. You got to do something. Hot feet. Where are we going? What we doing? You got to pivot. So I just see it as like pivot energy. Also, yeah, they the football players, they do the little pivots to things, right? So yeah, like I just see it as pivot energy. I see it as okay, adapt and overcome. Move, shift to change clothes just came to me. Jay-Z, change clothes, shift perspective. Like maybe you just need to move, not necessarily fast and not necessarily too slow, but move, like change of pace, right? So if you're already moving slow, maybe speed it up. If you're going too fast, slow it down. Like that message came to me last night. I did a soak a bath soak last night, and the message came to me to slow down, because I was like, okay, spirit, what song I need to hear now? Because when I'm in the soak, sometimes I listen to music I want to hear, like songs I love on my bubble bath playlist, and I need to share it more often. Like on my Instagram, like I don't post at all that I love these bubble baths, and they're so important to me. But like if you look at my page, you would never know that. So I really need to like get better with that. But anyway, so yes, my bubble bath playlist, I'm usually listening to, of course, Alina Baraz, my number one, okay? Alina Baraz, Brent Fayez, Sonder, Odessa is a fave for me for the chill music. Um, I love The Weekend. I really, really love reverb music. I love reverb music so much, especially for my soaks, because I love that deep bass music. I love that sexual, tantric sex music. I love. That's like one of my favorite genres of music, like that deep, like, yeah, like bass, sexy ass music, right? So I love that. So I love listening to that music in the tub. So I was like, all right, spirit, what I need to hear. And Juvenile Slow Motion came to me. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's not one of my favorite songs, period. And it's really not one of my favorite Juvenile songs either. I just don't, it don't really do it for me. It's never really done it for me. But I mean, I'll dance to it, but it's just not like a song I'm requesting. So, like in my bubble baths, I want to hear music that I want to hear. And it's like Juvenile Slow Motion came to mind. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. And so I listened to the lyrics, and I realized like why I was supposed to listen to that. Like it made sense. Like, oh, okay, I caught the message. So music can be really powerful. We get messages from the universe, we get the messages from spirit, from, conversations. Like one of my favorite numerology exercises is like, when I know it's spirit speaking, like when I'm just minding my business and someone asks me, like, hey, Chi, what time is it? And I look and it's like, oh, it's 11:11. Like maybe they didn't know, or like if I'm talking to somebody for a long period of time, and then I just happen to look and it says 11:11 or whatever angel number. It's like, oh, snap. Like I love those divine connections. Like you may see it on license plates. You may end up saying it yourself. Just there's different ways that the universe communicates with us. And today is a really, no backup for 33 days on my screen. And it's 100% for my computer charge, and it's 10:30 in the morning. So 10:03, the tens and the threes is what I'm saying. But anyway, so yes, it's a solar eclipse today. It's a new moon. Anytime there's an eclipse, it's always going to be during some type of new moon, right? So it's not like the new moon is today and the solar eclipse is tomorrow. It's today. They're both today. So it's new moon in Gemini for well, not today, but new moon in Gemini, and the solar eclipse is occurring on the 10th, but you can still feel the energy now. You can feel the energy in the next couple of days, and you've probably been feeling it in the days leading up to it. Yesterday my energy was so exhausted. I was so tired, and I usually try to get my naps in daily. Like the shirt I'm wearing now, it says, I came, I saw, I had anxiety, so I left. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the gym years ago, like 8 years ago, like when I wasn't so good in regards to like consistency and stuff. And like I still got work to do now, honestly. But um ooh, it's at the perfect temperature. Yes. Um but yeah, like there's been so many times where like I've wanted to go to the gym, and it's like, nope. And anxiety is just too much right now. Like I don't even have enough to fake it, to like scan in and just say, smile at the person at the desk. Like I just don't have it in me to be around people. I just can't people right now. So yeah, um, it's just really important to take back control of your mind, right? Because when I was listening to slow motion, the song Slow Motion, basically the message got to me was like, yes, you may be excited, yes, you may be like, oh, like just ready to rumble and ready to attack. Despacio, shout out to my Scarface fans. Despacio, slow it down. You don't rush the crush. Don't, rush through the motions. Enjoy the journey. Don't be in such a rush to get to the destination and to take the thrill to 22 on the screen and to take the thrill out of the going with it, right? Enjoy it. Don't rush it. Like how we tell kids to not rush to grow up, to enjoy being a kid. Like, enjoy the space you're in right now. Enjoy this journey. Enjoy the becoming, enjoy the learning, just feeling it, like not being so much in the mind, but being more in the body, right? But being in the body in the way that is controlled, right? Because we're with the new moon in Gemini. With the new moon, it's all about the new beginnings, the new start. So it's raw, it's blank slate, the beginning, the start, right? You're not really expected to have such advancement in the new phase, right? You're expected to be new. You're expected to be fresh and experienced, right? So be okay with that. Make sure that you're being reminded to impress yourself rather than trying to impress other people, right? Because with this new moon in Gemini, we can have this desire to want to adapt into this new persona, right? To want to show up as this new energy, this big energy, this you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to evolve, of course, but sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves and think that we're ready for more than we're ready to carry on right now. And it's okay to not be in that space to where you're just not ready, where you're just not there. It's okay to be new at something. It's okay to start over. It's okay to feel it out. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's going to come in due time. It's going to come as it should. So trust in that. Trust the process. Don't rush through it. Slow motion. Mercury retrograde, like, when it's in retrograde, it slows down. It's not necessarily that the planet turns around and goes backwards, it just slows down. So, like, that gravitational pull just shifts the energy in such a way that makes it a lot of re energy. So slow motion, like, like just really about pleasing yourself, right? Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed and overcome with anxiety because you're trying to show up for other people prematurely, before you've taken care of your things, before you've nurtured yourself. Because I want to say Venus is also in Cancer now. So this is a very big nurturing time. So you may have this natural desire to nurture others, maybe nurture others more often, or in such a way that you haven't been doing in the past, and you just want to show up for people and let them know you're there for them. But make sure you're also showing up for yourself. Okay, it's so easy to allow ourselves to get swept away, get on autopilot, and kind of lose sight of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And that's why these retrogrades are so important. And that's why they're so good. Like, Mercury retrogrades, they get such a bad rap, but they are amazing. They're great. It's a time for introspection. It's a time for release, recharge, It's a time for reorganizing and cleaning up and tying up loose ends and having those conversations that should have been had. It's a lot of good energy that can come from retrogrades if you just understand how it works. Like, when you're talking to someone that you typically have great conversations with, or you typically have good vibes, good energy with, and they just come off like they have an attitude with you, I'm less likely going to take it personal because I understand Mercury's in retrograde. So maybe we're just having a misalignment of the energies that either of us are really in control right now. So I'm not going to trip. Until it's a problem, it's not a problem, right? Until it's a problem, it's not a problem. Don't put more on yourself than you have to. Give yourself time to feel things out. Give yourself time to, you know, to enjoy you, to enjoy your company, to learn about yourself rather than putting this pressure on yourself to learn about someone else and to have to show up for someone else. Show up for you. This is the season of duality. This is the season of the other side of you, because we're going to be coming up in Cancer season soon, and that's going to be another eclipse time. So it may be an emotional time for you. You may be dealing with some strong family themes in Cancer season. You may be dealing with some strong maternal themes in Cancer season. So you really want to make sure you're taking care of your mind and your body, right? Because we are in an air sign. So air energy is dominant at this time. So communication, logic, ideas, all of that is very important right now, but make sure you're being in the body as well. We want to have the duality of the mind body connection, right? Not just allowing ourselves to be stuck in our head and allowing ourselves to get lost and swept away in fantasy and anxiety and confusion and blocked plans and stuff. No. This is the season of abundance, right? If you have business to take care of, contracts that you need to sign, because of divine timing, don't let Mercury retrograde stop you. It's all about the energy and intention you put into the season. Like, I affirm retrogrades to be a divine time for me. Things get handled in Mercury retrograde. Things get taken care of. Clarity comes to me in a Mercury retrograde. I'm not going to allow that to stop my life, right? I'm just going to be more cautious, all right? I'm just going to make sure I'm double checking a little more. Like, I mean, I should have that practice anyway. Like, we should already have this energy and practice and work ethic about ourselves, where we're double checking ourselves, where we're moving at a pace that's comfortable and not feeling so hurried and rushed, right? We should always be moving from that energy. But retrogrades are a great time to just be reminded of why it's so important. So, yeah. I do want to do a Mercury retrograde reading with the Moonology card. So I've already cleansed the cards and shuffled the bottom of the deck. Showing is a cardinal moon, and it says, "Be bold and make the first move." Okay, cardinal moon. The next cardinal moon will be next season in Cancer season, because Cancer is a cardinal sign, along with Libra, Capricorn, and Aries. Okay, so they're all the initiation signs, I think. You remember, mutable signs are Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. Yes, and the fixed signs, which are represented on the world card of the tarot deck. Fixed signs: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. Sorry. So yeah, I'm trying to enjoy the tea while it's at that temperature, because once it gets colder than this, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want it over here. Let me go ahead and finish it so I can start this reading. Take a sip, you guys. Take a sip in gratitude. Let's do some money affirmations real quick. Money flows to me consistently and easily. I am worthy and wealthy. I am attracting high end clients. I value my work ethic. I am proud of my work ethic. I am proud of the products and services I offer. My services and products are in high demand. I work with quality products. I work with quality prospects. I work with quality contacts. My money comes in abundantly and frequently. I love money and money loves me. Money is an energy, a currency. I am in high vibe with money. I am in alignment with money. I understand money management. Money management comes easy to me. I understand investing. Investing comes easy to me. I attract money making opportunities that I love. I earn money through my creations. I love that way that I earn my money. I love the way how money comes to me consistently. I love money and money loves me. Cheers. And we yes. And we yes. Ugh, that yogi throat comfort tea be hitting. Live by your inner knowledge and strength. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle it out. Alrighty. So now we're going for 333. Moonology card message. Okay, so what is the message for the new moon in Gemini solar eclipse? Spirit, give me a pop out card for the solar eclipse new moon in Gemini. What is the message that we need to know? All right, you guys, what is the message? Oh, wow, it comes out again. Oh, my right eye is jumping and itching in the corner. 333 on the screen. This card came out last time. I don't know if y'all remember. I want to say I did an IG live and this card popped up. So this card is for the new moon in Libra, which happens in Libra season. So this is going to be after like right after my birthday actually. So this is going to be like around September 19th until about October 22nd or so. Libra season. Shout out to the Libras, another air sign, okay? Wow, so this is going to be the next air sign season, okay? We're in an air sign right now. So next air sign season. But it says, New Moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. This same card popped out for a reading for me. So, bottom of the deck says New Moon in Leo, which happens in Leo season, which is right after Cancer season, which is right after the season we're in now, Gemini. So, bottom of the deck is Leo, New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. And we have this beautiful yellow energy, solar plexus energy with this lion, Leo the lion, okay, with this solar plexus energy. All right. So I was talking about the solar plexus earlier with the ohms. We chanted from the belly, um, getting that solar plexus sacral chakra energy, right? So a new romantic cycle begins. Remember, with this imagery, we have the Libra scales, of course, and we have this beautiful indigo, pinkish purple color. All right, so that's crown chakra energy, right? So I want to say again, this is going to be speaking to your higher self. This is going to be seeing how you romanticize yourself, how you romanticize your energy, how you romanticize your time, how you love yourself, right? Venus is in Cancer and we are in Gemini season. So it is about duality. It is about how you love yourself, how you love the shadow parts of you, how you love your higher self, right? Because that is the duality, appreciating both sides of you. We do see that this is new moon energy. So it's nice that we pull two new moon cards on a new moon reading. So that's another cool distinction as well. So with this new romantic cycle, I'm going to say that, right, confidence is the key to your success, right? So being confident in how you see yourself, being confident. Oh, look, it's like my earrings, right? It's like my earrings is like the sliver for the eclipse. But oh, these are my alma mater colors, purple and gold. Shout out to the Q's. Shout out to the good bros. Let me know if you're listening to the podcast. But yeah, so with this self-love energy, you're going to have to increase the confidence in yourself. You're going to have to increase how you see yourself, increase how you want other people to see yourself. Like if you don't really um feminize your energy, you allow yourself to be frumpy, you allow yourself to dress down, to dress 97% of the time homeless and glamour 3%. Have you seen that meme where it's like 97% of the time she look homeless, but that 3%, woo, right? So if you know that's true for you, it's like, if we know better, why don't we do better, right? We say we want love to come into our lives, but we don't put ourselves in a position to be loved, right? I know when I look beautiful, when I feel like I look beautiful, when I invest the time to look beautiful, when I invest the energy to look for makeup, to look for clothes, to get my nails done, to get the waxes, all these things that we have to do to primper and pamper, right? All this energy we have to put in to look good. First and foremost, it should be for you, right? You should look good for you. You should want to look good for you. If you want to appease other people, if you want to impress other people, that's fine. Not saying that's wrong, but make sure that you're looking good for you, right? That you're not being pressured by other energy to put on this front, right? Like those girls that are only getting boob jobs because their boyfriends want them to. That kind of energy, right? Make sure it's because you want the boobs, girl, not because they just want you to have the boobs, but because you want to have the boobs, right? Or if like I was listening to this podcast, and this girl is going to get like a vaginal rejuvenation operation because her new boyfriend that she's been with like a couple of months, not even 6 months, according to what she's told the viewers. She's been with him for the past couple of months, and he wants her to get a vaginal rejuvenation procedure, right? I think he's going to pay for it and stuff, but she's only doing it because he wants her to. She doesn't necessarily want to. She's just interested in doing it. And so, it's not, again, not saying that it's wrong, but just be mindful of that energy in your life. Are you doing things solely because other people are making you feel like you have to? Make sure it's a part of you want to do it, right? Because those moments of when we don't listen to our intuition, we don't listen to our heart, it's a sense of betrayal. It's a sense of self-sabotage. It's giving, why did you do that to me? It's giving, girl, you didn't want to do that. What the are you doing? Dude, bruh, stop. Bruh, stop. Like, stop doing that. Like, why are you doing this? You don't want to do this. Don't allow people to make you feel like you have to do things that you don't want to do. Make sure you are loving the life that you're living. And for this new romantic cycle to begin, the love starts with you. And, think about it. Why do people hate themselves? When you hear about people that are giving their testimonies and they're talking about how they hate themselves, it's usually because of a decision that was made, right? Or a decision that wasn't made, a decision that they know they wanted to make, but they just didn't step into their power. They just didn't speak their truth. They didn't just say what they needed to say in the moment. And they're beating themselves up because it was a lost opportunity in their eyes, right? So that's why it's so important, again, to go back to the matters of the heart. Go back to your Venus energy, what you love, what you find beautiful, your finances, your sense of romance, your Venus energy. What do you want that to look like for you? You know? How do you want to love yourself? Because that's going to attract the people that can love you in that way if you would allow it, right? Some people, they don't realize they're self-sabotaging themselves because they want new love, but then they're doing things to chase people away, to make people feel like, oh, they're not ready for love. They're not mature for love. So get ready for love because it's coming. Because for this card to come out again, like, there's a lot of cards in this deck. I shuffle, I sage, they pop out. You see them pop out. a new romantic cycle begins. So I want to say it's just reinforcing this energy. Get ready because dead ass, a new romantic cycle begins. And it's going to start with you. And as you love on yourself, as you allow more opportunities for happiness to come into your world, and you're grateful for those moments and you're staying in gratitude, the universe will continue to give you those experiences so you can stay in that alignment, right? That's the energy I want to be aligned with. I want to be aligned with energy that's laughter, that's positive, that's exciting, loving, all of that. I don't want crying energy. I don't want worry energy. I don't want that low level energy. I want to feel good with my time. I want to feel good in my space, right? So make sure that you're making choices that you can live with, right? Say what you need to say. Do what you want to do from the heart. Live from the heart. So you're not beating yourself up when you get into your 60s, 70s, 80s, right? So you're not keeping yourself imprisoned in situations that don't make you happy, that no longer resonate with you, that doesn't inspire you to get out of bed, because you deserve a life that's fulfilling. You deserve a life that excites you. You deserve a life that's going to give you that shimmy energy. Like, just, yeah, it's just, oh, I'm so happy to be here. I love it here. Like, I would be so glad when people stop saying I hate it here shit. I can't stand that. I can't stand any type of remark where it's like hate. Like when people say, oh, I hate you, like, but they really mean I love you. Like, don't say that shit to me because I would never say that to you. I don't like that. 43 on the screen. I don't like that. So yeah, I'll be glad when that like I hate it here remark gets gone because you either loving life or hating it. I choose to love. Okay. I want to call more loving energy into my life. I'm not hating on people. I'm not being mad at people. I'm loving myself. So therefore I'm releasing and forgiving you. I'm not gonna delegate my energy to that because I love me that much. Like we owe ourselves. Like last night, another message that came to me in the tub was I need to start, not only dating myself, but making commitments to myself, making promises to myself, right? Because when you have a loving situation where you are compatible and you see this person as someone you would live a life with, you would build a life with, right? You want to make sure that, 44 on the screen, you want to make sure that there's alignment there. You want to make sure that they understand what you need, and you want to make sure you understand what you need, right? So I know for me, for example, my dancing is very important to me. So a love language for me is supporting me in my dance. But it's like if I don't make those commitments first to my dance, if I don't make those commitments first to say, this dance is very important to me, let me show up, right? I have to show up first, and then I could attract the love of other people that also want to show up for me for my dance. Or if I love myself enough to manage my money well, right? Because I don't like when I feel stressed about money. Can you relate? Do you like the feeling of when you have to worry about money, we have to worry about, oh, did the check clear, did the deposit hit? I hate that feeling, right? So it's like, what's gonna help me to not get into that energy? Manage my money better, save more, budget better, budget more consistently, start budgeting wherever you are in your financial journey, right? We have to make sure we're going back to the drawing board, right? How am I loving on myself? Or am I doing the things I need to do for my heart? Because stress is a silent killer, y'all. And we could save ourselves a lot of stress. We could save ourselves a lot of heartache if we just took care of things right when we thought about it. If we said things right in the moment when we thought about it. If we spoke our truth and lived from the heart right in the moment. When you have the reminder like, oh shit, I need to handle that, and you have the power and energy and time to do something about it, do something about it, because all you're going to do is think about it later and stress your own self out, right? So don't invite that energy of stress into your world when you're trying to love on yourself, right? When you have those anxiety moments, it's probably because you didn't handle something that you was procrastinating on. I know for me, a lot of times that's what the case is. I'm thinking about something again that I could have handled before, right? That's not self-love. So I teach myself, all right, Sherelle, what's going to give you the least anxiety? Handling this, handling that, sending this email, sending that email, posting this, posting that. Like I just drag my feet on a lot of stuff because I just get in my own way. Self-sabotage, right? Matters of the mind, you guys, powerful. Like, do not underestimate the power of negative influence. Don't underestimate the power of negative energy, like just being around someone with negative and bad energy, how it can influence you and affect you. Not cool, not good, So make sure you're listening to your heart, listening to your mind, doing things that's going to keep your mind in a clear state, that's going to keep your mind in a logical state, right? Because we are dealing with energy shifts like Mercury retrograde. We are dealing with season changes, like we're in Gemini, a communication sign, communication season, right? Where it's all about information and facts and all of that exchange of ideas, dreams, memories, recall. So messages, just messages coming in, downloads. Do what you can to keep the space clear. Like how they say, don't pollute the ocean, don't pollute your mind, right? I'm still channeling the energy of the ocean, bold, consistent, and confident, right? Don't put trash in the ocean. I don't want to be trash, so I don't need to put trash in my ocean. My ocean begins with my mind. My body is flowing from my mind because where the mind goes, the body will follow, right? So if I'm going to be moving more in my body, I got to make sure my mind is good to go. My mind is going to be good to go when I'm operating from a space of clarity, confidence, because I know what I'm doing. My left eye is jumping right now. When I'm moving from energy of space and clarity, when I'm, moving from a space of expansion, right? I don't want to be a big mess. I don't want to be big trash. I want to be big consistent. I want to be big bold. Like the ocean is expansive. The water is flowing. The water is clear. The water washes away. The water nourishes, nurtures. We're 75, 70% water, right? So we need to make sure we're taking care of our mind so the majority of our body, that 70-75%, can flow. So we can flow with truth. We can flow with creativity and passion and purpose, you know? So don't put trash in your mind, because then the body may reflect that. What's considered trash energy in your body? Maybe lethargy, being lazy. Maybe trash to you is, being stuck on autopilot every day, doing the same thing, doing the same bad habits, wasting your time in the same way, wasting your time with the same people, with the same trash mindset you had 6 months ago when it was the end of the year and you didn't achieve your resolutions, you didn't achieve what you set out to do, and you're like, okay, 2021 is going to be better. Is that trash? Are you performing in trash environment? And I don't like when people say that's trash, because I just feel like it's just something that people say to be cool, really. But really though, how are you the one standing in your own way? Is your dark energy, is your shadow self feeding you trash? you know what are you feeding your mind? What they say, you are what you eat. Most of this food, so-called food they get out here, it's not real food, but we keep eating it anyway. We know that it's not good for us, but we keep feeding us anyway. Just like these toxic relationships, they're feeding you trash, but you keep inviting it anyway, because that's your idea of love. That's your idea of value. That's where your Venus lies. That's your idea of from the heart. No thanks. No thanks. I don't want that. So if I'm not going to tolerate that from other people, I damn sure can't expect that and tolerate that from myself. So join me in being done with this trash mindset, okay? This trash idea of giving up, this trash idea of I can't do it, that you're not worthy of love, that you're broke, any of this low vibe energy, stop it, pivot. Stop saying that shit. It's time for a change. Pivot. 5 energy, okay? We need a change. What are you changing? We need to pivot. We need something new. What are we starting new? Okay, starting today, I need you to speak better to yourself. Starting today, I need you to be better about what you allow other people to say to you. All right? Every day we are teaching people how to treat us. Change how you see yourself. Change that trash to treasure. The episode before this was treasure your time. Please listen to it if you haven't. Stop allowing time to pass you by, life to pass you by. We are 6 months into 2021. What is working? What isn't working? It's not a trick question. It's not necessarily a wrong answer, but be clear. Go back to the drawing board. What is working? What isn't working? What do you need? What does your shadow self need? Maybe you need to love on your demons a little more. Figure yourself out. Why do you keep allowing trash in your world? Why do you think you're worthy of trash? Why do you think accepting trash is okay? That's not okay. It's a disservice to yourself and your time when you allow trash as acceptable. No. Like, or, the opposite of that. Like, continue to, your higher self. How can you nurture your higher self a little more? How can you step into your power a little more? Maybe you've done the work to pull yourself out the mud. So you're on solid ground, but you're not quite yet climbing the tree. You're not quite yet climbing the ladder. You quite hasn't, set yourself ablaze to rise like the phoenix. So consider both sides. What's new? What's going to be new? What's going to be the new love? Because when you really attract this new external love, right? Because the duality could also be internal love versus external love. So we're going to cultivate the internal love first. And then as people see us loving on ourselves by keeping our appearance neat and appealing, right? We're, charming. You're turning on the charm. You're putting yourself out there, stepping more into your power, doing more things that scare you, expanding your network, trying new things, right? Attracting more money, attracting more success and wealth. And people will see that. People will recognize that. And they will want to surround themselves with that energy. They see you and they're like, hell yeah, you know, so proud of you. Oh, I want some of that energy. Oh, I just want to be around you. Oh, I just want to touch you, you know? So as you love on yourself, you're gonna start attracting the energy around you where people want to spoil, gift you money, hire you, book you, financial love, where people start complimenting you more. You're around situations where you're laughing more. You're open mouth cackling all summer, right? You're smiling more, you're taking more photos, you're around people that just allow you to feel light, and you're seeing yourself in the mirror more and you're smiling more because you like what you see. You like the clearer skin. You like the straighter teeth. You like the makeup. You like the hair. You like the clothes, even though I'm going to look cash today. You like the clothes. You like the glamour. You like the effort. You like the investment, right? Where is the investment happening? Okay, where's the investment happening in your internal world so it can manifest into your external world in the form of financial love, emotional love, mental love, being mentally stimulated by great conversations, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but just being in high level conversations, being in more intelligent conversations, expanding your network, having those honest, raw conversations with people you've been meaning to talk to, right? Now, maybe finally, y'all can finally get around to having that conversation and it goes well. Or you finally muster up the courage to go through that legal dispute, to go through with that contract, to go through with filing the LLC, whatever type of paperwork decision you needed to make, because we are in Gemini season, right? We are in the Mercury Retrograde. So maybe you've had, that thing you've had to take care of. So now it's giving you peace of mind, right? It's giving you no stress on the heart because you've handled it. That's a form of love, self-love, handling things that's going to stress you out ahead of time. So, that mental love, being in those mentally stimulated conversations, maybe meeting sapiosexuals, maybe meeting people that are vibing on the same wavelength as you, and you can have a meeting of the minds. You feel like you're equally yoked. You feel like they're on the same level as you, that you feel like they're on the same wavelength as you, where they're just as confident as you, and y'all running hungry in the same direction. It's no competition. It's no holding each other back. It's no crabs in a barrel. It's we motivating each other. Iron sharpens iron, right? You met your match, right? You feel like, fire and ice was the message that came to me the other day too. Fire and ice. So yeah, just having that, or in this case, fire and air, right? Because fire needs air and air gives life to fire. So just being mindful of that energy, right? That complementary, balancing, harmonious energy where the scales are balanced, right? Where there's a sense of harmony, there's a sense of exchange and flow, okay? So, also physical love, right? Because as you're being mentally stimulated, then where the mind goes, the body follows, right? So if you're feeling that love in the mind, you may start to feel the tingles and want to strike in the body. So in that case, bottom of the deck again, confidence is the key to your success. Everyone loves a confident person. Even the people that can't stand somebody can't help but pay attention to a confident person. Hence Kanye West, Donald Trump, right? Two Geminis. King Gemini's there. But yeah, Tupac as well. He's King Gemini. But Tupac and Biggie, they're both Geminis, as well as Kendrick Lamar. But Gemini energy, that Tupac energy, that confident, I'm going to say what I want energy. I'm going to feel how I feel. I'm going to view things how I see it. You can't change my fucking mind, and I just may change yours, right? So just being confident. Everyone loves a confident person. Don't allow this new love to come into your life in the divine timing that it's scheduled to, right? Because universe has been sending you signs all this time. Hey, it's coming in. It's coming in. The new love. Because remember, the second time when I got this card, hey, the new love is coming in. It's coming in. You've been getting the signs. You've been getting the signs, dragging your feet, not doing anything about it. The love comes in the divine time that it was supposed to, right? The universe, it's doing its job, right? Manifesting the love that you called out to. And you still insecure. Not saying you're supposed to be 100% healed, because that's not possible, right? Because there's always going to be something to heal, but at least be in a space where you can tolerate or manage the energy, where you can manage the energy. So if you know that you're unwell, if you know that you're in a space where you need therapy, you're not getting it, and you're crying uncontrollably, and you just can't function in life, and you're losing friendships, you're losing close connections, when is it enough, when is it enough? Because there's only so much crying you could do. There's only so much complaining you can do. At some point, you have to be confident enough to say that you can handle this, you can do this, that you can depend on you. Confidence is the key to attracting the love, to get the gigs, to get the bookings, to get the clientele. You need to be confident in what you have to offer. To attract the love, you need to be confident that you're worthy of love. You need to be confident that you have love willing to enjoy, that people want to enjoy you, that people miss you, right? That it's okay for you to be loved. It's okay for you to be adored. It's okay for you to feel in your body. It's okay. Be confident that you're it. You're the it girl. You're the it guy. This is your moment. Okay? Love this moment. Love yourself. Leo energy, they love themselves. With this gold energy, it's not even yellow, it's gold. Treat yourself like gold. See yourself as gold. Okay? See yourself as high level, top tier. Okay? Starting anew. I am shaking. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Why am I shaking all of a sudden? See yourself as gold, okay? This has never happened. I didn't take any caffeine or anything. I don't think that tea has it. But you need to see yourself as gold, okay? You need to see yourself as high level, top tier, okay? My left isn't doing anything like that. But you need to see yourself as top tier, high level. Gemini energy, they ready to rumble. That just came to me. Oh shit. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, be confident in your fight. Be confident in what you have to offer. Be confident in your light. And now it's leaving. So shit, ready to rumble. That was the message. So be confident in your light. Be confident in in your competition. Right? You are competition. People see you as competition. Get ready to rumble. Get ready to. Hey, what's yours is yours. Like, yeah, you don't necessarily have to fight for what's yours because what's yours is yours. It's gonna come in divine timing. But hey, act like you want it. Act like you want to be here. Act like you want it. It's yours. Take it. Go get it. Be the alpha male. Be the alpha female. Okay? It may require some alone time. It's lonely at the top. Okay? It may require some alone time, and that's okay. Because that's when you fall in love with yourself. That's when you learn who you are. So that when you show up to the world, right? Because this purplish energy, this indigo energy, it's crown chakra. It's mental. Okay? It's higher self, connecting with the higher self, connecting with the universe. It's all dealing with you. But when you're ready to step out into the world, when you're ready to embrace that ego in a healthy way, when you're ready to exude your power in a healthy way, get ready to rumble. Get ready to take charge and be that alpha energy because you're worthy and you got it in you. It's not on you, it's in you, right? So I love you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the message there. That was the message. Get ready to rumble. Confidence is the key to your success. And success is yours and it's worthy of your success. New Moon and Leo. By New Moon and Leo, this is your challenge. By New Moon and Leo, you need to have a shift in perspective. New Moon and Leo is going to be around July 20th, July 22nd, somewhere in there, until about August 21st, 22nd, okay? A new romantic cycle begins. If you want love, let's affirm it now. I welcome divine love into my life. I welcome amazing, healthy sexual experiences in my life. I manifest healthy connections and attractions. I manifest a high level of love and self appreciation within myself. I manifest healthy boundaries within myself. I manifest healthy, loving energy around me. And that's it. Whether it's familiar or friendship or romantic, it doesn't matter because I want my lover to be my friend first anyway, right? So make sure you're keeping that in mind. Don't be so, again, slow motion, right? Don't be so aggressive with rushing the feels. Enjoy it. Take your time. Despacio. Okay? Because when the new romantic cycle comes in, you want to make sure you can remember and enjoy those moments. Keep it sweet. Libra energy is really sweet. It's Disney princess energy. It's very sweet. So make sure you're being sweet with yourself so you can attract your sweetie, your honey, into your life, whether you're ready for it or not. Maybe you need to attract that person into your life now as a friend, and in a couple of months, weeks, years, or maybe by the new moon in Libra, you'll see that person in a different light. Okay, so maybe you're attracting them between now and Leo season, and by the time Libra season rolls around, it's like, wow, I like this person. I want to spend the holiday season with them, right? So we'll stop the message there. And I do invite you to go back and listen to the podcast episodes, like when you have these dramatic or significant life changes happen in your world, going back to the messages where I talked about that specific moon cycle, just to see if the message resonates a little more or if you pick up on something new. I just think that's cool because energy isn't necessarily linear, or time isn't linear. I think that's what they say, all the cool kids. Time isn't linear. But yeah, so don't feel like this message is only for right now. This message can still apply in a couple of months. It could apply next year, whatever. But for right now, this is the message. So a new romantic cycle begins. Okay. Libra energy is cardinal energy. It's all about initiating, okay? So a new romantic energy is going to be initiated into your world. Make sure you're staying ready so you don't have to get ready. Look cute every time you go to the grocery store. I don't care that it's just Walmart neighborhood market, okay? And the fine guys and the fine women don't shop in there. It's a bunch of randoms, okay? So what? You never saw people or someone worthy of the time in the past in your day-to-day shopping experiences. That changes today. Every time you step out the house, you need to be looking like $1,000,000 because you just never know. You just never know. Don't self-sabotage yourself, y'all. Don't stand in your own way all because you want to be lazy and not invest the time, okay? I love you so much. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, for supporting the My Virgo Friend podcast. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to everyone that's supporting the podcast, that send me love. I've gotten a few DMs from people. So, hey, let me know how they feel about the podcast and let me know which episodes they love. Please visit the YouTube channel. Start leaving me some comments. Like, I love that y'all send them to me, but like, I want a message board to begin for my podcast so people can like interact with each other, right? So I feel like YouTube is the place for that, and I upload the episodes there. And yeah. So if you can, start leaving me some feedback on my YouTube channel. It's at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe. Of course, you can follow me on Instagram at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe, as well as the My Virgo Friend podcast. Follow me both. You can follow my dog, my teacup chihuahua, at King Conan, I think, underscore CheChe Baby, with a Y at the end instead of an E. And yeah. If you know of any other podcasts you would like to see me on, send them my way. Send me their information. And if you know of any other podcasters or podcasts that you would like to see me on, put me on. Let them know that. Send them my information, or again, send me their information. Whatever. I do want to grow. I do want to connect. I do want sponsors and ads and all that stuff. I want to see how far I can go with this podcasting thing. Like, that's my unapologetic manifestation. I really want to go somewhere with this because I love speaking and I know I have the gift of gab. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here because I think I'm gonna jump on Instagram and do a reading. So I love you. Thank you so much for your love and support. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Mwah. And it's 1:11:11 at the time of this recording. Mwah. Love you. Or not the time, but the recording time. You know what I mean. Love you.